Is there a fifth wave of feminism? Is there a fifth wave of feminism? This question has sparked much discussion among scholars and activists. Some argue that a new wave is indeed emerging, starting around the mid-2010s and continuing today. This wave stands apart from the previous ones in its focus, methods, and goals, reflecting the changes in our society and culture. To grasp this fifth wave, let's take a quick look at the earlier waves. The first wave primarily focused on legal rights, such as women's suffrage and property rights. The second wave, which spanned the 1960s to the 1980s, expanded its reach to workplace equality, reproductive rights, and challenging traditional gender roles. The third wave, from the 1990s to the 2010s, emphasized diversity and individual identity, critiquing earlier feminism for mainly representing white, middle-class women. The fourth wave, starting in the early 2010s, is closely linked to digital activism, using social media to tackle issues like sexual harassment and body positivity. What sets the fifth wave apart? First, it often critiques capitalism and systemic oppression itself. Unlike earlier waves that sought inclusion within existing systems, this wave questions whether empowerment can come from traditional work or economic participation. It advocates for social supports like housing, healthcare, and education without the need for conventional employment. This wave also supports movements aimed at defunding police and abolishing prisons as part of dismantling oppressive institutions. Second, the fifth wave emphasizes global solidarity among women and marginalized groups. It recognizes how colonialism, racism, and economic exploitation intersect with gender oppression worldwide. This wave critiques Western feminism for centering white women's experiences and calls for a truly inclusive movement that respects diverse cultures and struggles. Third, fifth wave feminism seeks collective liberation and systemic change. It moves beyond individual empowerment to pursue large-scale social transformation. This wave challenges patriarchal culture as a deeply rooted global system that harms everyone, advocating for unified international action. Fourth, there is a focus on new narratives around gender and masculinity. Some interpretations highlight the importance of including men's mental health and emotional expression, promoting gentleness and tenderness in masculinity while challenging toxic norms. Lastly, while the fourth wave used social media for awareness, the fifth wave is seen as more action-oriented. It responds to challenges like online harassment and misinformation with stronger feminist organizing and coalition building. From the perspective of women's culture and heritage, the fifth wave represents a continuation and expansion of women's voices and advocacy. It honors diverse histories and experiences, acknowledging the importance of cultural context in shaping feminist goals. This wave encourages connections across borders and cultural divides, creating a feminist movement that includes Indigenous, Black, queer, and Global South women's perspectives, often marginalized in earlier histories. Practically, this means supporting feminist initiatives that address economic justice, racial and colonial histories, and cultural recognition alongside gender equality. It values collective well-being over individual achievement and recognizes the role of cultural heritage in sustaining feminist identities and resistance. While the existence and definition of a fifth wave are debated, there is a growing recognition of a feminist movement that builds on past waves. This movement shifts focus toward anti-capitalist critique, global solidarity, systemic change, and inclusive cultural perspectives. It aligns closely with honoring women's culture and heritage as central to feminist advocacy today.